So recommandment 1, I shall not claim victimhood. That really, in my opinion, is the core to all of it. Because if you really look at it, everything is just information. And if we could look at that information and realize that we are not victims of circumstance in any way, we are just receiving that information and responding it, that is everything, right?
Exactly.
Then Rec 2, it's about not becoming entrenched in your emotions, utilizing our emotions as a guide. And when we recognize that they're a guide and we don't become entrenched in them, it's easier to navigate this information that's coming our way. Rec 3, it's about irrational beliefs, recognizing what our irrational beliefs are, recognizing what our toxic behavioral patterns are, and putting them back into place through understanding we're not victims. So the first 3 recommandments are the work. That's where you're, in fetal position, rocking yourself to sleep. That's where you're rolling up your sleeves, really creating that foundation. Then Rec 4 is the how. I shall not ignore my chakra health. And we talk about this all the time. The aspects of self that correspond with each of these energy centers, recognizing when they're out of balance and bringing them to balance. It's more heavy lifting. So Recs 1 through 4, total heavy lifting. If you're still with us after the 4th recommandment, then you are committed to yourself. But then Rec 5, you take a little breather. I shall not settle for anything less than my general contentment. And that's about understanding that contentment is the baseline, the place to be. And when we can be in the moment and not be overwhelmed by anything behind us and anything ahead of us, and just be, and what we could do in this moment right now to become more content, that's the ease of living in the presence and living in the now. Then, Rec 6, we roll up our sleeves again, and we look in and we do that heavy lifting again. And when we recognize that our judgments, our attachments, our expectations are what rob us of our peace. And when we are in a place where we're not feeling at peace or at ease, and we go, oh, I'm a little judgy here. Oh, I had an expectation here, created disappointment. And I need to release this attachment in order to propel myself forward. Then, again, all of this together is creating a more empowered being. That was 6. 7, I shall not refute the truth or deny the solution of the truth. Denial. We have to be willing to look at ourselves. And when we create that awareness and that understanding of who we are and how we operate, Recs 1 through 6, and we have a willingness to do something about it, that awareness and willingness together, and that honesty about who we are and what the situation is a game changer. Then Rec 8. Rec 8 works in concert with Rec 2. Rec 2 is about your emotional guidance. Rec 8 is about your physical guidance. Understanding your sensitivities, your body is your barometer. It tells you. It's not just about your obvious senses, about what I hear, what I see, what I feel. It's about those nuances. And when you get the chills, or you get a pit in your stomach, or you get a pain in your head, or your ears are going wah, wah, that's all alerting you to the information. So be careful not to distract yourself, or numb yourself, or ignore them, because your body's signals are always talking to you. And when we pollute our bodies, we lose that piece of the puzzle. Then Rec 9, and this is Freddie's favorite. I shall not become so myopic. I shall not have such tunnel vision in what's in front of me right now, and immersed, and that's like becoming entrenched in the emotions, immersed in the difficult situation, that I can't see the big picture, that I can't have enough objectivity to really believe that everything is always working out for me and everything is to be learned from, and that this is just a piece to a much bigger puzzle. It's the willingness to do that, Rec 7, by the way. And then there's Rec 10. I shall not live in fear. And that's really having a willingness to understand what the purpose is to your experiences and have faith in the process. And look at your agenda. What is driving you? Are you driven by fear, by desperation, by worry, by angst? Or are you driven by a more excited, passionate, inspirational, loving force? And if you're more on this end than this end, it's to go back through Recs 1 through 9 and look at it. So I thought it was important to mention all these recommandments together, because isolated, they all have value. But when you apply each of these philosophies into your life at any given time, as a whole, you will watch your life transform. And it is a work in process. And there are those moments where you're white knuckling it and you got the chin spittle and you're pulling out your eyebrows. We've all been there. You're in fetal, hot water burn baby. We've all been there. But there's always another side of it when you get past that. And you have this new level of awareness, this new brand of consciousness. The world looks different. And then is when the magic starts and when the fun starts.